Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here for part two of our marathon on 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, Season 4, episode Who Knows? Who knows? The truth comes out. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with your auntie for the long haul, thank you so much for your continued support. I want to say a special shout out to, I think it's Sumu, for sending me a early release copy of this video, of this, hold on y'all, let me get this straight. What the crap is going on? Hold on y'all. Tell you, the devil always busy, ain't he? Whatever. Okay. I'm in one of them moods. Whatever. Um, Thank you so much, baby, for sending me a early copy of this, and thank you for all my return people. Didn't we have fun on our recap of 90 Day Fiance on the other way, y'all? Let's go ahead on and get into these cotton freaking couples on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. We're going to start off this particular episode with Andre and Elizabeth, okay? We catch Andre and Elizabeth at home. Andre's dad is planning to come to America to visit him all the way from Moldova. Andre is excited about it, but he doesn't know how to show excitement, all right? He's just an ignorant, arrogant, narcissistic, aggressive mofo, in my opinion. And so, Elizabeth is, around the house, and, he decides he wants to Skype with his dad, and Elizabeth is sitting there, and the dad is asking him about, what's been going on. He starts talking about the baby shower and how, they got gifts and toys, and then he says, with some drama, some unnecessary drama. You are the one, Andre, who caused the unnecessary drama. Why don't you see yourself? You need to see yourself. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, y'all, when y'all come into the room so that YouTube knows that you're here, and so do I. So Andre, is telling his dad, what happened at the baby shower and all of that kind of stuff. And of course, he goes to the negative. Elizabeth says that she believes that he tells his father too many negative things about what's going on, and so he's going to have a negative opinion about her family before he even gets here good. And it just is what it is. He's very close to his dad, and he's excited that he's coming over. And so they wrap up the telephone call, and he asks Elizabeth, do you want to work? She says yes. And so, she starts working on the laptop. Later on, we see, the same, ratchet couple. Andre is coming into the house, and he's all greasy and everything. Why does he say greasy? Like, it's what? Okay. So he comes in the house, and he's greasy, and he's like, hey, Elizabeth. And she's like, what's going on, baby? And he's like, I got bad news. And she was like, well, what's the bad news? And he was like, my dad, his first flight coming over here was, delayed and everything. So he's been sitting in the airport, and that means that all the other connecting flights that he has to connect to are also, he's going to be delayed for those. And he's been sitting in the airport, for days and months on end, and he doesn't really, know English. And so, I feel like my dad is going to be vulnerable. Okay, that's totally understandable. But what happens next, y'all, is just utter disaster. And so, he's like, I really, my dad doesn't speak English. And so Elizabeth's like, oh my God, that's tragic. What can we do? And so, Andre is like, the best solution to this is for me to fly to, New York and, accompany him from New York, fly into Kennedy or LaGuardia, and I'm going to, fly to Florida with my dad so he can get here safely and he can feel comfortable, because at this point he's panicking because he said his father has never flown that many hours by himself. This is the longest trip that his dad has ever taken. And so he's rightfully so, he's concerned about his dad. But he decides that he's going to get on the laptop and he's going to buy a ticket, a $600 ticket. And so Elizabeth was like, well, you know what? We don't have the money. That's half of our rent. Why don't I call my dad and ask my dad for the money so that, we don't have to, be short on the rent? Either way it goes around, Elizabeth is going to ask her dad for the money. Either she's going to ask her dad for the plane money, or she's going to ask her dad for the rent money. Either way it goes around, she's about to pop her dad for another $600. Andre was like, no, absolutely not. You're not going to ask your dad for the money. I'm just going to simply buy the airline ticket. And she's like, well, we don't have, we can't afford it. We don't have the money. What is wrong with me asking my father for the money? And so he's like, no, you're not going to ask your dad for the money. You're going to, do what I say, woman. Okay? I am man. Hear me roar. You're going to do what I say do. I am going to pull the money out. He said it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money when you're not working, bitch. You're not working anywhere. You are popping beers and wearing a uniform every day. Gray shorts and a gray shirt. Are you kidding me? She said that's half the rent. That means their rent is $1,200 a month in Florida. That means that they're really living pretty good because of the cost of living. You know what? This mofo, he doesn't have any way of contributing to this household. But you steady spending, and then he's going to sit there and talk about family. Family first. Family is important. But what about her family? See, your family is important, but her family is important. And the father is supposed to come to stay with them either 2 weeks to a month long. So the daddy going to be up in there eating, grubbing, and doing everything else. Burping, farting. Yeah. And you're not contributing anything. You're not the handyman. You're not the UPS driver. You're not doing anything to contribute to this household. And you're going to buy a plane ticket for $590 to accompany your dad. And Elizabeth is saying, I'm going to ask my father. And then he's saying, don't sabotage me. Like, where does he get these words from? Don't sabotage me. Don't traumatize me. Don't terrorize me. Do this motherfucker need to be on the no-fly list? I mean, why does everything that he say have to go to the drastic? I mean, it's drastically negative. Everything he says to her is just over the top disrespectful and tragic. He needs to walk around with a yellow and black danger tape on. This mofo is a pothole. So anyway, they're arguing back and forth. He won't look at her. He won't say anything to her. He's like, no, I don't want to owe your family nothing. Don't ask your daddy for nothing. Stop going to your daddy for money and everything. I'm simply taking the money out of the bank. I'm simply buying this ticket. And I need you to take your ass in the room, pack me up some shirts and my jeans. She says, you want me to get up and pack your stuff and you won't even look at me? He said, take your butt in there and pack my stuff up, Libby. Don't traumatize me. Don't sabotage me. She said, you so disrespectful. But she got her butt up and spent up off that stool and went up in that room and packed that bag up. And you know what I was thinking? Libby's dad and her mom are divorced, I believe. I don't believe that they're together. If they are together, correct me in the comments section. But I wonder if she saw this kind of behavior and that's why she tolerates it. Was Libby the little girl that grew up in the household that watched her mommy and daddy scrap a dapper and have all kinds of arguments? And was she the type of girl who watched her mother be disrespected day in and day out by her father? Was this kind man that we see on television just a complete and total terror in his household? Is that why Libby has decided that she is going to accept this kind of verbal and mental and emotional abuse from her husband? Like, you brought this mofo all the way from Moldova to abuse you, allegedly, and in my opinion, to abuse you and talk to you like you are nothing, okay? You allowed this mofo to do that, Libby. But why? There has got to be a root cause, reason, and problem as to what, like something went on. Libby observed something, saw something, something happened in her life. And I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you right now, something happened. Because this girl is just allowing herself to be just used and abused and talked to and treated like nothing. You don't command me and demand for me to do anything. You ask me in a respectful way. She's like, oh, I am trying to help. But my way of helping is to go to my dad. My dad would just swipe his credit card. See, that's the problem, because her dad has allowed her to do all of this stuff. What are you saying, sweetie? Her dad has allowed her to do all of this stuff and ask for money all the time, okay? He must have a big pickle. I don't care how big his pickle is. He ain't gonna be pickling nothing over here. So anyway, y'all, Libby's seeing something, because you are a product of your environment, and you know, sometimes you end up marrying your daddy, or maybe you marry your mama. I don't know. But this man is totally disrespectful. He is a tyrant. Like, no way. The next couple I want to talk about is Larissa and Colt. Colt is acting like he is Saint Coltee. Okay? Coltee, it says he went to the detention center to go and get Larissa out. He said, I sat for hours. You want what for that? You want brownie? What do you want? And here's the thing that I keep thinking, episode after episode. Where is Carmen? Where's Larissa's good girlfriend, Carmen, while she's going through all this trauma and drama? Now, as you all know, the last episode we saw, Larissa was scrounging around the house trying to find loose change and coins underneath the chair and all in between envelopes. She was unsuccessful in getting her hair done, and so a fight broke out up in that blickety, and someone called the police. Someone please dial 911. Okay? Again, I think it was, you know, the crazy 90-Day Fiancé fans that we are, okay? Because we saw it all play out on Instagram. But where was Carmen? Didn't Carmen say that she was there, or was this another fight? Okay? Let me know in the comments section. Where was Carmen? So Coltee said he picked her up. He said it was a quiet ride going back. He said Larissa is pissed with him. She is angry. As soon as she came into the house, she got in the bed, yeah, because she was watching that tail all night at the detention center. Can you imagine a sexy, hot, Botoxy ass woman like that coming up in there all plumped and blown up like a blow-up doll? You know daggone well them other women was looking at her like she was a meat for the night. Larissa probably didn't get a wink of sleep, okay? So she came in. Coltee is sitting downstairs and he's sulking, and he has to, you know, he doesn't know what to do. And so, you know, his mother is coming home from vacation and, you know, from holiday. And so he has to go and pick her up. So I guess maybe the TLC people must have told him go upstairs. So he goes upstairs and he tries to have a conversation with Larissa like he give a damn about Larissa. And so, he goes into the room. Larissa is laying in the bed with the covers over her head. Larissa is tired and through and done. And so, Coltee, Larissa is like, Coltee, don't do it, get on up out of here. So he's like, okay, I'll be back shortly. So he goes to the airport. As soon as he picks up Mommy Debbie from the airport, she's walking over with her red turtleneck on, okay? Coltee jumps up out the car. Now, see, the thing, I have an issue with that because Larissa has to beg Coltee for compliments. But when he saw Mama Debbie, it just automatically rolled off his tongue. I'm telling you, it's something, it's something shiesty going on with Coltee and his mama. And you ain't going to convince your auntie otherwise. You just not going to be able to do it. Something is going the hell on. So Debbie's like, how you doing, baby? Now here, Debbie done switch back into the Coltee, Debbie, Larissa needs to be deported thing. First she said Larissa needed to be deported, but when she thought about, her son, possibly leaving her and going to, Larissa's home, she broke down and like, Larissa don't need to be deported. Now she back on to the Larissa needs to be deported. She's sick of Larissa. She don't want Larissa messing up her son's life and terrorizing her son and all of that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something, boo. Your son paid a cost to be the boss, all right? He doesn't know how to balance between this relationship and that relationship. You should have just got rid of the slot machines and he should have paid for her to get her head done. But anyway, I digress and we're going to continue to move on. So he's riding in the car with Debbie and he's talking about, I could have gotten shot. No, you couldn't. Wrong complexion, wrong part of town. See, a lot of people, Coltee, they didn't live to say, I could have got shot. They got shot for something simple and less than what you did. Bitch, you up in there terrorizing your daggone wife. And you got 5 police officers that finally bust your damn door down. And you gonna sit up there and try to play the victim card and talk about I could have gotten shot. Not in that neighborhood, bitch. You know how many people didn't live to see the next day? Not on a television show? You think it wasn't cameramen all around your house? They knew what they was doing up over that Blickney. Your ass was never in no damn danger. Larissa was the one that was in danger because when the police officers got there and they put those handcuffs on you, you got to squealing and crying and calling all kinds of fouls. You know daggone well you probably was the one that sat up there and said she whooped my ass and you... I had to breathe. I had to breathe. I had to breathe. Boo, you don't know nothing about being shot. Shot at. Breathe, Auntie. Breathe. So Debbie, they pull up in front of the house and everything, and Debbie's like, yeah, you could have lost your life, Coltee, and I'm just sick of Larissa. Larissa's got to go, and I just don't want Larissa in the house anymore, and I don't want this, and I don't want that. So they pull up into the house, and Mama Debbie got a big-ass rip in her screen. The screen of her window. So she looking up like, what in the hell happened to my screen? So Coltee was like, I don't know, Larissa did it. But the first thing Debbie said out of her mouth is, I believe Larissa did it. How you know Coltee didn't do it? He lied about everything else, allegedly. So, she gets out the car and everything. She goes up and she examines the window, the screen in the window. She takes it out and everything. And I'm talking about Larissa took a just big old hunk and just a knife or something and just stabbed the hell out the screen. Now, why she chose to do that, I don't know. Coltee said Debbie was like, she was in my room. She was rummaging through the things in my room. And so Debbie was telling Coltee as she was coming down the stairs that with the screen in her hand, like he didn't already see it and know it was there, that Larissa had, been in her room. She was like, I can't even go out of town. You mean to tell me I can't go out of town without this woman going through my room and invading my privacy? And Coltee was like, look, Mom, I'm telling you right now, it's not the time. Lay off of it. And so, she sits down and, and Coltee finally puts his foot down because at this point Larissa's not talking to him. He's not getting no loving. He's not getting any of that stuff, okay? And so she's basically, trying to antagonize, instigate, and agitate the situation. And Coltee just wants, her to pipe her ass down, take a chill pill for a minute so that he can figure out. He said that he's stressed the hell out. He ain't been to sleep. He was sitting at the detention center waiting on her to get out, and she ain't talking to him and all that kind of stuff. And he just need Debbie to pipe the hell down. And I agree. Debbie is the third wheel in this relationship. Or maybe Larissa is. But for one time in Coltee's life, he finally manned up and told his mother to shut the hell up. And I was proud of him for doing so. Because Debbie doesn't know her place. Yes, that may be Debbie's house. Or maybe Coltee's. I don't know. They have the same bank account. Who knows? But Debbie's retired. She should be living her best life. Somebody needed to sit down a long time ago and make a decision about who's going to live where and who's going to do what. All right? Seriously. The next person that I want to talk about is Ashley and Jay. Y'all ready? Okay. Ashley, as we all know, is insecure. She's dated this man from Jamaica. She thought everything was good in the hood. She brought that mofo up over here, and 3 days after they got married, this mofo got caught cheating on her. So Ashley decides that finding out the information about the girl and Tinder and the swipe left and the swipe right wasn't enough for her. So she decides that she's going to call down to the local barbershop. Yup, the one where Jay hangs out at. She decides that she needs to find out information. Now, I don't know if somebody dropped a dime or what the hell happened, but Ashley has decided, okay, Ashley has decided that she needs to call the fellas. So she calls the fellas to try to find out whether or not she can get more information from them. And they was like, look, what we not going to do is talk to you over the phone. You're going to have to bring your A down here because we got some things that we do want to tell you about your man. So Ashley's riding over to the barbershop. She a little nervous and everything because she knows that any time some soul brothers number 9s tell you that they need to talk to you in person, something done with the hell down. So she is getting what she's looking for. Women, men, if you go looking, you're going to find. And you need to make sure that you're ready for whatever you find, okay? You need to make sure you're ready for that. So she walks up into the barbershop and she plays the victim. Because ain't no way in 4 hells you going to convince me that Ashley is the victim in this. Now, I ain't trying to say that Jay's a good boy because Jay straight up plumb freaking used her. But Natalie was trying to tell that ass. And she sat up there and dragged Natalie for fucking filth on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and every other social media platform she could. Natalie told her from the giddy up that this mofo was using her. But she wanted to be right so bad that she dogged and dragged Natalie ass. How's all that working out for you now? So anyway, Ashley is sitting in the barbershop with the homeboys. Now, the other little tall, dark-skinned drinker, chocolate milk, see, he don't really want to say nothing because him and Jay close. You know what I'm saying? He rock with it, lean with it with Jay. So he really don't want to get up in the shiznit. But the other dude was like, you know what, I'm about to tell her because this is my shop. So Ashley's like, well, I just wanted to know what was going on with Jay. Jay was cheating on me and whoop. And, I really want you all to tell me what's going on with him because I know that there's something going on. So the dudes was sitting there like, nah, not really want to say nothing because, they got the bro code and all that kind of stuff. Then she goes into saying, well, I spent a lot of money bringing him over here. I'm out of a lot of cash. And so because of the cash, and I'm just such the victim, I need y'all to tell me what's going on with Jay. So dude was like, all right, Dad, I'm going to tell you what's going on with Jay. I had Jay working up in this barbershop, right? Little young dude that kind of took a little liking to him and everything. He brought the TV cameras in here, brought a little bit of business to my barbershop, gave me some bragging rights with the boys, you know what I'm saying, at the local cookout when we burn the hot dogs and hamburgers and all that. So I was kind of liking a little young dude. So, I know he wanted to get his hustle on. You wouldn't sign his status of adjustment. You had the mofo up in there, bored as hell. And so I said, you know what, Jay, I'm going to go ahead on and let you tattoo up in this mofo. He said one day the little chick came up in here, right? And, she was a hot little thing. She was supposed to be getting a tattoo from Jay. All of a sudden, everything went black and dark in the barbershop. So when it went black and dark in the barbershop, I was like, hold up, what's going on? Little honey said, somebody said I got to go to the bathroom. And Jay was like, hold up. So, when I heard all that going on, I goes and rap-a-tap-tapper on the door. And Jay up in there doing what he do with the girl in the bathroom. So Ashley's sitting there like, what? He did what in the bathroom? Now you're looking stupid. Now you got mud on your face because you went seeking and you found it. You went knocking and a bitch opened the door for you, didn't they, Ashley? So she said, are you trying to say that Jay was having sex with the girl in the bathroom? Dude said, yeah. He was tagging that ass in that bathroom. That's what he was doing. So, the other dude was sitting there like, dang. He done told it all. So now Ashley got the straight up dumb look on her face. Because what she wasn't bargaining for was for them to tell her nothing like that. Dude not only told her what Jay was doing, that he was tagging that girl's tail. He got up, pulled his cell phone out, and showed her a clip where he was jacking Jay up in the back of the store, like straight choking that Negro out, okay? That ninja feet was up off the ground. He was trying his best to fight him, but he was like a little bear on a cut. You understand? Dude was jacking Jay up. He said Jay disrespected my barbershop. I tried to get that mofo, you know what I'm saying? Some propers, tried to give him a little bit of money in his pocket since he was saying, he couldn't work and all of that kind of stuff, trying to help him out. And he gonna disrespect my barbershop like that? That ninja ain't coming up in here disrespecting nothing up in here. And let me tell you something. He may be your local barber, but at the end of the day, he's an entrepreneur. He went to school and did everything that he needed to do in order to get an establishment as an African-American business owner. And you're going to have this two-bit, flea-bitten, good-for-nothing, using mofo come over here and disrupt this man's business when he got kids and he got a cut. You can come up in there in the barbershop and you can talk all the trash you want to, but what you're not going to do is come up in there and be banging some chick up in the bathroom. And Young was like, he disrespected my place of business. This is where I make my bread. This is where I take care of my family. So Ashley was like, all right, then thank you. Thank you very much. All right, fellas, I'm out of here. She gets up and walks out the door, and the producer's running behind her, little black chocolate chip. He feeling some kind of way. So the producer's like, Ashley, she's like, I'm calling the police. For what? What crime was committed, Ashley? Why is it the first thing that you think to do is call the police? See, I don't want to make this no racial issue, okay? But I'm feeling some kind of way. Because why is the first thing she come out her mouth and say is that I'm calling the police and they're going to deport him because he's over here illegally? No, he's not over here illegally, boo. He's over here with you. He's married to you. Ain't nothing illegal about Jay. Now, where he put his peen may be illegal, but nothing he has done has given you the right to call the police on this boy. You want to cause problem for him. Don't you know when you call the police on him, he got a 10% chance of living? Of living, not a dying. He got a 10% chance that he gonna come out of that alive. Ashley. But the first thing that came to your mind was to call the popo. And you gonna sit up there and talk about, I don't give a damn what happens to him. I bet you don't. Because you ain't never lived that life. You've never breathed that life. You've never attended a funeral of a black man gone too soon because somebody decided that they wanted to call the popo on them. And that's a liberty that you have. That ain't a liberty for a lot of us. You went down there looking, and bitch, you found what you was looking for. And now you mad, Ashley? Girl, bye. You could have got that man killed. Coltee, he the one could have got killed. Know your history, Ashley, before you get to start dating an African-American man. Know your history, boo. You're a white woman dating a black man, and you're calling the popo on him. And you gonna talk about he over here illegally, but you married him. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. All because he don't want you. He got bored with you. It take 2 to tangle, Ashley. 2. So she's riding in the car. She's, outside. No, she outside. And she crying and everything. She all upset. Talking about he disgusting. He made her look, he's disgusting. And she's so disgusted with what Jay did. And she couldn't believe Jay did that to her. And all of that kind of stuff. And the producer's just trying to talk to her. So, little chocolate chip, he comes out. And he like, hold up, Ashley, let me holler at you. He put his arm around her. He was like, you know what, I'm sorry. I didn't even want to get in the middle of this crap. And she was like, that's all right. He deported. He's getting deported. Dude was like, it was a little young chick from the cookout. Ashley told my what cookout? Dude said little young and came to the cookout. Ashley met her. She was acquainted with her at the cookout. But see, she slept on it because she thought she was up here. She thought she was all the way up here. So she slept on little Shawty. Little Shawty said, you know why? The way that his heart is through a tattoo. Not food, a tattoo. And Ashley said she deported him. She gets up in the car and she calls Jay. She FaceTimes Jay. And was like, Jay, why was you fighting in the front of the store? Jay hung up on her. She said, you know what? I don't even want to hear Jay's side of the story because I'm disgusted with him. I'm done with him. But I'm going to keep on calling him because he keep hanging up. So she calls him. 1 time, he hangs up. 2 times, he hangs up. 3 times, he hangs up. Then she calls her little girlfriend. Hey, Dimitri, yeah, I need a friend right now. Let me tell you what Jay did. Jay was at the barbershop, supposed to have been tattooing, was in the bathroom having sex. It was so loud that all the kids and the women and everybody else and the children and the whole village and the whole neighborhood heard him. I ain't hear dudes say that. Matter of fact, I saw somebody that had a little running joke talking about dude got paid for, making up that lie. See, for you, that's funny. But see, for him, that ain't funny. And for me, that ain't funny. It's not funny. But see, you playing on the internet. You got time to play on Instagram and try to fool people with it. You got all kinds of stuff going on. You got time to do all of that. That's why your man got time to do what he got to do. Anyway, let me finish this story because I got an attitude in case y'all can't tell. So her girlfriend was like, oh my God, girl, I cannot believe he did it. Girl, I'm so disgusted with him. I just need a friend. She said, well, let me do what I got to do and I'll be over there. So she hangs up. She calls Jay. This time, Jay answers the phone. Jay's like, hey. She like, so Jay, you going to try to say that you ain't do that? She didn't even tell Jay what he did. Jay said, everything you heard was true. Everything they said that I did it. Everything that they said I did. Ashley, I did that. Ashley said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you want your clothes or not? If you want to take the clothes and throw the clothes out, throw the clothes out. I was your lover and your secretary, working every day of the week, helping you get on your feet 90 days. Okay. Jay done took her for bad. Shorty chocolate chip that didn't want to get involved said, I'm going to tell you flat out, Jay came over here with game on him. What he wanted to do was use her. He said, that's straight talk. He used her to get over here. Ashley has just realized that this man has used her to get over here. You didn't know that? I said, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. I'm not gonna cry. 'Cause you're not worth my tears. Ooh, 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 ooh. She wants to put Jay's stuff out on the porch, and she told him if he come to the house, that the police are going to be there. He can't even come to the house. So then why the hell did you ask him if he wanted his clothes or not? You told him about you going to put the clothes out on the porch. The porch is still part of the house. So why can't he come to the house and come and get his stuff, Ashley? You want to make problems for him. Then she tells the producers in the car that, you know what, she didn't file for his adjustment of status, so he's illegally here. You piece of trash, you. Really, Ashley? Okay. Okay. But see, here's the thing. If you wasn't such a biatch, okay, in my opinion, maybe some of us would have sympathy for you. If you and Jay wasn't playing so many games, maybe we would have sympathy for you. But I can't seem to muster none up. I just can't. Because for me, it's personal. And I ain't saying Jay right. I'm just saying it's personal. It's personal. And I don't like to see a woman broke down. I don't like to see a woman hurt, busted, and disgusted. I don't like to see it. But you had so many games that you was running, Ashley. We don't know what to believe anymore. She tells him he got to come and get his stuff off the porch. Why you give him an option? But let me tell you something. Here in America, that mofo got rights. He been living in your house over 30 days, boo. You got to legally evict him. You can't just throw somebody about some house. And guess what? You talk about how he made you feel or how he thought he was going to make you feel. But guess what? Even after he cheated on you, Ashley, you still was with him. And now we get a report. I get a daggone report that Ashley going into some type of mental depression rehab center. Okay. Okay. The next couple I want to talk about, and the last couple I want to talk about, is Pedro and Chantel. Chantel is at the hotel and she feeling a little stupid. Pedro has decided that he's going back to his mama, but he said, you know what, I'm going to ride over to the hotel because you know what, I want to go head on and see Chantel. You know, I want to see Chantel. And I just want to make sure she all right. So he comes up in there. Chantel got her face full of beat. That face is beat to the gods. Lashes on. She got her face contoured. She's beat to the gods with nowhere to go. So Pedro comes up in there and she's feeling optimistic. She wants to talk to Pedro about, you know, what happened. Pedro's like, you know, hey, Chantel, how you feeling? She like, you know what? I came over here because I wanted to be with you and you wanted me to be with your family. And, you know, what I need you to do, Pedro, is just defend me. Pedro was like, you know, she was like, you act like, you know, you treat me like you don't care about me and you don't have no feelings for me. So Pedro was like, you can't see my feelings, Chantel. At the end of the day, Pedro loves her. Or at least that's what he say he do. He's sitting over on the sofa. He nonchalant. He said, you know what? I wanted you to work the situation out with my sister. And I want you to work it out with my mother. But you made it worse. And Chantel was like, you know what? I'm defeated because it don't make a difference. He was like, you got me in the middle. You hold my hand and they hold my hand. She said, that's the same way I feel in America. It's the same way I feel in Atlanta. So now you got a taste of your own medicine. Pedro, why can't me and you just hook up together? Look, I came here to be with you. Let's spend a couple of days going to the beach and doing things that you and I know that we enjoy doing. Come on, Pedro, let's just go ahead on and do that. Pedro looked at her like, he said, no. Not today, we not. We're not going anywhere together. We're not doing anything together. I came here to spend time with my family. Now, if you choose to, you can go ahead on and stay up in this hotel a couple of days if you want to. But I came here to spend time with my family. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Pedro rose up out that daggone hotel quicker than he came up in that mofo. Chantel now is feeling like, you know, this man really don't care nothing about me. Nothing. Okay. I see somebody got a question. What's your question, baby? You said I'm curious. What? I'm curious to know the details Pedro's ex-friend told Chantel. Oh, okay. So you know what she does? She does an Ashley. She decides to go ahead on to call a friend. She said he's a family friend. He been with the family for a long time. She got questions, and damn it, he got answers. So they decide that they're going to go and meet down at the cafe because, face it, Pedro ain't spending no time with her in the DR. She sits there at the table and she tells her friend, you know, the friend is like, you know, I'm shocked to see you here, Chantel. I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you. She said, my friends pressured me into coming. No, this was your idea. You got people to buy it and sell it, okay? But you was selling it. Come on now. Chantel, how in the hell you gonna sit there and tell this dude that your girlfriends and everybody pressured you when your mama and your daddy already told you not to go over there? Daddy already said how Pedro was going to act. But see, that wasn't good enough for you because, see, you think you know everything and you think them eyelashes popping and that contour and all of that kind of stuff and them wide hips, okay, because you got a bomb shape. You thinking that all of that's going to go ahead and keep your man. Boo, let me tell you something. It may get him, but it won't keep him. It may get him, but it won't keep him. Because the number one thing that men want the most from a woman is respect. Respect is like gold to a man. Okay? Okay? If that man know he got your respect and that you respect him and you honor him, you can get the world, boo. Trust from an old hag. I'm telling you, it is the most important thing to a man. It's above a meal. It's above what's between your legs. It's far above your beauty. Respect, and you don't give them none. Because see, you want to compare this to that, and you too big to say, I'm sorry, I apologize. So she goes and meets homeboy at the table, telling him, how her girlfriend sat up there, and basically, forced her to get there. But there's some things that she needs to know about Pedro. And boyfriend drops the dime and says it was a setup. So Chantel was like, a setup by who? He said, by the family Pedro. They meant for him to meet you, to marry you. She said, who is they? He said, Pedro's mama and the sister. It was their intention for him to meet, to marry, and go to the USA. Any American. Didn't make a difference if it was you or Lulu. Their intention was for him to get an American, to fall in love with him. Clutching my invisible pearls. Chantel is at the table shook. And I mean, when I say shook, I mean shook to her core. The man that Chantel has hooked up with, the scheme, the lies, and the deceit, allegedly, are being revealed in one tabletop conversation. Bitch, this ain't the red table. This is a black table. He is giving her the kiss of death. And now she is realizing why she can talk to Pedro and cry her beautiful eyes out, and Pedro be not affected by it at all. Because it was part of the plan, allegedly, according to the friend. And that is part one. We're going to eventually, in part two, find out what else he said. But I guarantee you, it won't change nothing for Chantel. Because Chantel thinks she knows everything. So when the family Chantel comes on next month, y'all, what do y'all think? What do you all think we're going to find out? Are they still together or are they not? Was the family Chantel correct? Was Pedro sent here to harvest the American dollar? Chantel now seems to be more convinced than ever before that Pedro and his mother Lydia and his sister Nicole were all in on this scam. Say it's not so. Oh, say it's not so. But I got a feeling that everything ain't gonna be all right. And Ashley, I'm coming out in about another 10, 15 minutes to read your story about what you're going through right now. Thank you all so much for coming to this review. Sorry it wasn't all kiki and all of that kind of stuff, but we had some serious stuff to talk about. Let me tell you something right now, honey. We thought that happily ever after was just gonna be some trash, and we was gonna be finding out, old news. Oh no, we finding out some new news. We finding out the very details of it. For Jay to be sitting up in a barbershop and having sex with somebody like that, allegedly, and then coming out there and he got the nerve to be trying to cry up on the phone and talking about everything you heard was true is just a hot mess. And you are sitting out there and you had more things to worry about. No wonder your ass was allegedly in and out of the hospital. If I had to deal with my man doing that kind of stuff, I probably would be in and out of the hospital too. But no, he probably would be. Okay. And you know what? At the end of the day, it was degrading and disrespectful. It really was. And Jay needs to be ashamed of himself. But we all knew it from the beginning. We all knew that Jay was the man that had the charm. And you know what the sad part about it is that Jay is a little boy. He really is a little boy. Someone wrote me the other day and asked me, begged me to consider doing an interview with Jay. The bridges between Jay and Ashley and I have been burnt, and they are never going to be rebuilt. I have no interest in talking with Jay or Ashley about anything. Zero, nothing, nada. As you all know, a couple of months ago, they tried to do, this little copyright strike on my channel. It failed miserably, but they tried it nonetheless. I don't know if Jay was a part of it or if Jay wasn't a part of it. But let me tell you something. That woman's picture has been on everybody's magazine, everybody's blog site. But what you choose to do is try to make it personal and try to attack my channel. YouTube basically told me to tell her to kiss my entire black, fat, red, ruby red eyes. But I decided, because I was so sick of what was going on in season 6, that I would voluntarily take the videos down. Voluntarily. So for the person that asked me to do the interview, I am not interested at all with talking with neither Jay nor Ashley. Neither one of them. I am getting enjoyment, and I am hoping that you are too, out of just talking about them. That's where my joy comes from. Just watching the train wreck happen. So in about 15 more minutes, I'm going to come out and I'm going to read an article to you all that is hot off the press about Ashley being in rehab. Let's see how this works out. I love you all to pieces. Bye-bye.